YouTube, what's up? This is Jerry from The Game Case and from Kill the Cast. I wanted to talk to y'all today because I saw something that is really kind of scary for the future of YouTube. Today on the Philip DeFranco show, which is a great channel, I watch it weekly, really fun, really great channel. He started talking about a new form of censorship that YouTube is basically doing. YouTube is not calling it censorship. They're basically taking some of their rules you agree to as a content creator to abide by, and now really enforcing it. And more than enforcing it, they're overstepping their bounds. So here's basically what happened. Philip DeFranco yesterday did a video that talked about multiple things, as it's a new show. He talked about the woman who berated a Lyft driver and did it in the worst way possible and made herself look really, really bad. He talked about the Chris Brown story with Chris Brown allegedly threatening someone with a gun and then barricading himself in his house. And he also talked about the Brock Turner case. Now, the reason these three things matter is because that's actually what got the video hit. So, here's how it got hit. They turned off his monetization. Now, for us small YouTube channels, we don't make any money off of the ads. We don't. I think my channel has made for the Game Case has made 12 cents in its 3-year run. I don't really care about the money. I don't care about the ads. I do YouTube for fun. It's a great creative outlet for me, and that's why I do it. Now, go to someone like Philip DeFranco. He makes money outside of YouTube ads, so this doesn't hurt him too bad, but it still is bad. Now, in his video, he himself didn't really do anything that should be deemed abusive, and he used raw footage from the first two stories, the Lyft story and the Chris Brown story, where those people cussed, not him. Though he does call everyone beautiful bastards, and he does cuss in his videos, but not a lot. He's very selective of when he does cuss, so it wasn't from that. He also thought maybe it was because of the hashtags, because in the hashtag there was Brock Turner rape. Brock Turner rapist, because he is a rapist. So, he thought maybe it was because that was in the hashtags and that was deemed as a violation for being too abusive or violent or something content-wise that would have offended someone. But he looked back and 12 of his other videos have been hit with nothing bad in some of those hashtags. So this is literally YouTube just overstepping their bounds. Now, let's talk about why this is important. For someone like Philip DeFranco, who covers the news, he's going to cover things that are going to have violent content or upsetting content, whether he's talking about someone being shot or talking about a natural disaster hitting a country. These things are going to be talked about, and they're not always going to be good and friendly. Now, he doesn't do his show in an abusive way. He does not tend to bully someone, and a lot of times he will stand up for someone doing something, even if he doesn't agree with it, because that person has the freedom and the right to do it. Now, is YouTube overstepping their bounds? To me, yes. To a lot of other people, I hope they're going to say yes also. Now, Philip will explain this a lot better than I ever could, because he's just better, so there will be a link to his video. Now, what does this mean for someone like me? Well, for the Game Case, it doesn't really mean much. I typically try not to cuss in the Game Case, whether it's in Get Good or if it's in opening the Game Case. I try not to cuss. Now, do I cuss? Yes, every once in a while I do cuss, and I used to cuss a lot on the older episodes. But I don't do that now. I try to keep it a little bit more friendly. So for the Game Case, it probably will never matter. Now for Kill the Cast. Kill the Cast is for my horror podcast. Now, while YouTube is not our primary home for it, in fact, the YouTube channel is there because I wanted to make some videos about horror that were not related to video games, so I didn't want to put them on my Game Case, plus they weren't going to be as family friendly. So I wanted to do that, and well, me and my buddy had started a horror podcast, so I said I'm going to make a YouTube channel for it. And I've done a couple of videos here and there for it. I'm still trying to work it out. But for a channel like that, that talks about horror movies, which includes, you know, demons, murders, serial killers, possession, tons of things that are probably going to be deemed negative, they're going to get hit, they're going to get flagged, the monetization is going to be taken off. Now, like I said, I don't really care about the monetization. If I make money in the long run, grand. If not, I don't really care. I'm doing this as a creative outlet, and it's fun for me to create things. So, if I don't care about money, why am I bringing it up? I can already hear you thinking it. Let me explain. What if this goes a step further? Monetization, then turning that off, this them going, we can't make you stop because you're technically not bad enough, but we're going to punish you. So what if they decide to take it a step forward and go, you know what? No. Jerry, you talked about Jason beheading a guy on a motorcycle. We can't have that. Your video is being taken down. It's been flagged for abuse, taken down, something like that. Well, that's where it becomes the problem. Because if you're getting taken down for even just cussing too much, like, this affects news channels, this affects horror channels, it affects gaming channels, it affects daily vlog channels, which are huge on YouTube. I watch some myself. Like, this affects a lot of people. Now, they're saying they're doing this because those videos are something to do with the ads, the way the ads are played. It's the ad companies wouldn't like that. So basically they're saying, I guess ad companies have complained about the videos they're getting played on sometimes as being negative or talking about things they don't want to be linked with. And I guess that's messing with YouTube's money. So YouTube decided, well, let me get on the money of everyone else. Let me affect their money. If I affect their money, then maybe they'll not do this. They'll curb their behavior. Well, that's the problem, because some of us aren't here for money, and we're going to do what we want to do anyway. We're not being abusive. We're not bullying. We're not targeting people and being overly negative. We're not calling threats. We're not doing any of that. We're talking about things and creating entertainment that us and people like us would love to enjoy. So, and then you have bigger channels, Philip DeFranco. Well, guess what? He's already said it. I make enough money elsewhere that I'm not going to have to worry about this if it continues, but I do worry about if they start taking down videos. Now, if you're watching this on the Game Case, you probably watch the Angry Video Game Nerd. Well, guess what? He cusses a lot and sometimes talks about violent stuff because his Cinemassacre channel talks about horror movies. What happens if they go after him and take him down? I don't want to see creators go away because of this. I want creators to keep creating. I want to watch their content. There is a huge problem here. There is a huge threat here. Yes, YouTube, you have to make sure that someone's not going on here and just doing abusive things. I agree. Completely agree with that. But you're overstepping your bounds and you're attacking people that have been on your channel for a decade. Philip DeFranco has been there for a decade and you're attacking him. You're attacking other channels too. We'll see. I'm sure we will see a lot of channels come out and say something about this. Hopefully they will. And if you create content on YouTube, does this affect your channel? Say for instance, a channel like my buddy at Drunken Master Studios. He covers a lot of horror movies. He could be affected by this. You know? Say the Game Chasers. They cuss a lot. Sometimes they edit it, sometimes they don't. They could still be affected by this. Bigger channels. Philip DeFranco could be affected. What if it affects like other big channels like, for instance, CTFXC? That's a daily vlog channel done by Charles Trippy of We the Kings. What if it affects his channel? What if they can no longer create content the way they want to create it because of this? It really is an issue. It really is something we need to think about, and it's something we need to let YouTube know they've gone too far. We've got to voice an opinion about this. We've got to talk about this. So, with all that being said, this is posted on two channels. It is posted on the Game Case and it is posted on Kill the Cast. Links to both channels are going to be below. Links to the Philip DeFranco video will be below. so you can watch him. And it's the first part of the video. If you don't want to watch past that, you do not have to, but I advise you to because he's really good, and he could get some really funny news during your week with that channel. So that's it for me. I just really want to talk about this because it is a form of censorship, and it's a form of censorship that's doing it in a bully style. The things that they want to stop, they are now kind of doing themselves with this. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Like, subscribe to this channel that you're watching, or the other channel, whether it's Game Case or Kills Cast. Subscribe, like, comment on those also. I am definitely going to cross-post this, and I appreciate your time. I hope this does not affect you or the channels that you love watching. With that being said, I hope the rest of your day goes fantastic.